Well, good morning ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a really significant milestone for the Piercam team and for the Exmouth community. In a few minutes, fingers crossed, all technical issues aside, hopefully we're going to switch to the first live images from Exmouth, which is 1,200 kilometres away from under the Point Exmouth Navy Pier in Exmouth. The Piercam project began as a flexible teaching initiative funded by Curtin's Office of Teaching and Learning and also the Office of Research and Development. The concept of bringing Ningaloo Reef live into the university's teaching laboratories has never been a difficult concept to sell. However, there have been many technical obstacles standing between our ideas and actually making Piercam a reality. The major issues revolved around access to a reliable link to carry the images onto the internet and of course the extreme weather conditions that occur in Exmouth.
Well, there's a cyclone sitting about 500 kilometres off the coast, but here at the pier in Exmouth where Piercam is, conditions are atrocious. There's no way we can get in the water. In fact, they're going to evacuate the base any minute now.
The main drivers of this project have always been my students here at Curtin, as well as support from the local Exmouth community and within Curtin. But that is in no way forgetting the magnificent Ningaloo Reef that is facing more pressures from oil and gas ventures on the northwest shelf, from tourism and related development issues more than ever before. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, fingers crossed, this is Piercam. This is a tremendous development for aquatic science students who will now be able to view images in real time and discuss the ecological interactions they are observing with their supervisor and other students. Scientists and teachers from around the country and indeed from all over the world will now have the chance to see some of the amazing underwater scenery at Ningaloo from their own lounge rooms and their own computers.
Well, basically it means that we can show the students what the coral reef is like without actually taking them out on the reef. Exmouth's quite a remote location and Piercam's out in 50 metres of water, so we can look at all the fish species and the biodiversity without actually taking the students out there. If there's any environmental impacts in that area, we can also go and see any changes over time from that. So if there's a big oil spill or something, we might be able to look at changes using Piercam for that.
It has also important research implications. If used carefully and wisely with other science areas, it can throw a lot of light on the behavior of the species, ecology of the local area. I think it has a huge prospects, and I wish Glenn Wilson all the best for his endeavour.
I'm really over the moon to see what is really quite a simple idea, just observing marine life. It's just come so far in such a short time. I'm so proud of the Piercam team. I've been surprised personally at the level of support from locals. They've just got behind this project so much. They clearly love the Ningaloo Reef and they really feel a sense of ownership, and they're so protective about what's going on there.
I think Piercam is really a very useful learning tool, especially for students in studying fish habitat, fish behavior, and fish identification, and marine and complexity habitat. And also we don't have to be there physically, and I think it also save money and save time.
With WA's mining boom, there's more and more pressures put on the marine environment. More and more rigs are popping up off the northwest shelf. With Piercam, it allows scientists to get an underwater view of any impacts that are happening in the marine environment. If there is an oil spill or any environmental disaster, a quick response can be attained just by looking at the images, and a team can be sent out. To get that real-time image, it makes action, cuts the time down a lot for action and response, so environmental disasters can be averted. So Piercam is great for the environment and to avoid any environmental disasters.
Piercam is just the beginning of a whole myriad of planned monitoring projects. We're hoping to build a large research centre housing an upgraded Piercam base station in the Exmouth Marina. When it's built, we'll be able to link several other ideas into the Piercam project. Well, this is all where it started for me, the ocean, and a sense of caring for our oceans. And if I can pass that on in just some small way to my students and get them to understand the concepts of sustainability and ownership, then they'll probably try just a little bit harder to look after our oceans so that they're there for their children to enjoy and their children's children to enjoy.